Welcome to the Redondo Beach Local Elections Candidate Discussion for City Attorney. My name is Mara Santos, and I'm the Vice President for the Redondo Beach Chamber of Commerce, and I will be your moderator for this discussion. Congratulations on your decision to run for public office. Our candidate for this discussion is Joy Ford. Today's format would be as follows. You may begin with a 2-minute opening statement. I will be your timekeeper, and I will advise when there are 15 seconds left on the clock, and will also advise when your time is up. You will have 10 minutes to answer the 5 pre-selected questions, which were emailed to you and to each candidate at least one day prior to today's Zoom call. So if you're ready, let's go ahead into your 2-minute opening statement.
Good afternoon. I am Joy Ford, and I am running for city attorney. I have served Redondo Beach for over a decade in the city attorney's office. I grew up in the South Bay and met my husband in law school at UC Davis. Our 2 boys attend Washington Elementary, where I am the lead advocate for the Redondo Beach Educational Foundation and a volunteer for PTA. I am the only candidate with experience in both civil and criminal prosecution. As senior city prosecutor, I've prosecuted cases ranging from municipal code violations to serious domestic violence crimes. If I were handed a criminal case that was starting in trial in 5 minutes, I would be ready to prove my case beyond a reasonable doubt in front of a jury of 12 people. Beyond a reasonable doubt is one of the highest legal standards in all fields of law. As quality of life prosecutor, I helped develop our city's award-winning response to homelessness, which includes our homeless court, and have saved the city over $7 million in grants to fund these programs. I am committed to keeping our community safe and prioritizing our residents' quality of life.
Thank you. So we'll start with question number 1. Please share your top 2 to 3 priorities for the city of Redondo Beach if you were elected to be city attorney, and what are your plans to accomplish them?
My first priority is public safety. We have seen the importance of prosecution in the past 4 years with our former district attorney. There have been so many changes in state laws that cause overcrowding in jails and have reduced so many felonies to misdemeanors or wobblers, which means a crime can be prosecuted as either a felony or a misdemeanor. We saw in the recent November election that the people voted to make some of those misdemeanors felonies again because there is a growing frustration of feeling unsafe. We have seen surrounding cities struggle in the past 4 years with the lack of prosecution, while our office prosecuted the highest number of cases in Torrance Courthouse. And we have our neighboring city contracting for our prosecution services and another city who wanted a contract for our prosecution services, but the former district attorney would not allow it. Our office does not shy away from filing cases. But after those cases are filed, we look at the individual and decide what is the best course forward for that individual to prevent that individual from reoffending. It could be mental health treatment or substance abuse treatment, medication compliance, and that is why our homeless court is so successful. In lieu of jail, we are getting people who are experiencing homelessness housed. Which gets us to my second priority, which is mental illness and homelessness. Even though we have reduced homelessness by over 60% since 2022 and have been recognized by the South Bay Cities Council of Governments as the first in the region to reach functional zero in street homelessness, the work does not stop there. Functional zero does not mean zero homelessness. It is a definition structured by the COG that means people are getting off the streets at a faster rate than people are becoming homeless. And the second element of that definition is that the homeless population as a whole must have a median of duration of less than 90 days. Sorry, is that time?
Thank you. Question number 2. As an elected city attorney, do you believe that you work for the city, the council, or the residents, and why? What accountability does the city attorney's office have to the residents of Redondo Beach?
Our charter states that the city attorney shall have the power and be required to represent the city, city council, city officers, and employees when they are a party based on that person's official capacity. So I believe that I work for the city, but there are certain conflicts. If someone brings a lawsuit against our mayor or council member for reasons outside of that person's official capacity, it would be a violation of our charter for the city attorney to represent them in those matters. If there are discipline issues with an employee or the city manager, the city attorney represents the city and the department head and not the employee. If the city council wanted to remove the city manager, the city attorney represents the city council. If a resident asks me for legal advice, it would be a violation of the charter for me to give that resident any legal advice. However, the city attorney is absolutely accountable to the residents in that the residents elect their city attorney, and they get to decide whether the city attorney is doing a good job or not. The residents vote for the city attorney, so they decide if how the city attorney is representing the city is in the residents' best interest. And also, as a prosecutor, I represent the people of California.
Thank you. Question number 3. As you know, few cities have an elected city attorney. What do you believe are the advantages or disadvantages for Redondo Beach having an elected city attorney?
The advantages are the voters have the power to choose their city attorney and not a 3-person majority on the council that may not represent all of the voters' interests. A city attorney from a neighboring city once told me that the average career of a city attorney is 2.5 years. Why is that? Because city councils, in most cities, appoint their city attorney and the council make up changes every 2 years. That is not healthy for a city. Mike Webb has served the city as city attorney since 2005. Since 2005, this city has had growth and consistency, and this office would not have accomplished half the things he's accomplished if there was a new city attorney every 2 years. In my time here at the city, I have seen the majority switch from one side to another on more than one occasion, and so I could have had multiple bosses. That accountability to the voters ensures that the city attorney is working for the city and its residents, not for the council that appoints the city attorney. The city attorney advises the council according to the law and not according to what the council wants to hear so as to not get fired. The disadvantage is that the city is limited to the attorneys within the municipality, so the pool is smaller.
Question number 4. What are the most critical lawsuits in which the city is currently involved and why?
Well, there's the 5 lawsuits filed by Leo Pustilnikov, which not only involves the AES property, but also threatens our housing element. Our housing element is a plan the city created as required by the state to meet housing needs. If our housing element is overturned, that would allow developers to utilize the builder's remedy, which allows developers to bypass local zoning and general plan requirements, making local zoning irrelevant. They could build multiple housings, multiple buildings in single-family homes. Another critical lawsuit is the one against the state regarding SB 9. Our office successfully challenged legislation that would allow developers to build 4 townhomes on a single-family lot. And right now, that case is being appealed. So that would be another important case.
We have come to question number 5, and this is the final question. Is there anything that we haven't mentioned that you want to discuss?
I cannot express enough how grateful I am for being able to work for Mike Webb for over a decade. The city is incredibly blessed to have him, and I am incredibly proud to have his endorsement and support. I have learned so much from him, both in criminal and civil law, and that experience has earned me endorsements from all viewpoints of Redondo, including Mayor Jim Light and former Mayor Steve Aspel, Mayor Pro Tem Paige Kalajitovic, Council members Zaino Baji and Scott Barrett, a number of school board members, a number of Beach Cities Health District board members, former council members, and commissioners. This is the first time I am running for office, and it has been a truly humbling experience. I knew going in that this would be a challenging experience, but what I did not expect is the outpour of support I have received from the community. So I want to thank all of the people that have come up to me to thank me for running, to my donors, to my volunteers, my friends, and especially my family. If elected, I will be the first female city attorney, and I respectfully ask for your vote. Thank you.
We have come to the end of the city attorney discussion. I would like to take a moment to thank you for taking the time to participate in this formative event. The event was hosted by the Redondo Beach Chamber of Commerce. We wish you all the best with your campaign. And thank you for agreeing to participate in today's discussion and for agreeing to be recorded and made the video publicly available. Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you.